Hello, everyone. It's good to see everyone here. I've been on the stage many times, and I always try to get interest in Okapi and Okapi right by telling you how beautiful they are, how rare they are, how unique they are, how unique their biology is. We're going to take a little different track today. How many people here like to breathe? All right, really? You like to take in oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide? Well, we're going to talk about why the Okapi is very important for your ability to do that today. So I've tried to do something different. We're going to talk about the hero of the forest. This is the Okapi, and we're going to talk about why his forest home is so important to you and all of us. So around a small band around the equator is where the tropical forests of the world are found. And the two large river systems, the Amazon and the Congo, are what are referred to as the lungs of the planet. This is the largest tracts of rainforest on the planet, and this is what produces the oxygen and sequesters the carbon for us. One of the lungs, the Amazon, is in trouble. Since 2015, as a result of an extended drought, fires have raged across the 9 countries that the Amazon contains. And most of these fires are unintentionally set by the farmers and ranchers who just want to have a controlled burn to burn the dead grass, but the fires get away from them, and they create wildfires. And these wildfires are intense. There's these mega fires burning across Amazonia, which are 100,000 acres or more in size. There's many of these fires burning. 50% of the fires are burning pristine forests, not grassland. They're forests that are so important. And about 38% of the Amazon is now degraded. These are the areas that cannot produce oxygen or sequester carbon. On the other hand, the other lung is much smaller, but in much better shape. It has problems, as Paul mentioned, mining and some other things. But the major problem with the Congo River Basin is small-scale slash-and-burn agriculture. This can be contained by working with farmers, working with communities, and changing the way they farm. Not cutting trees is one of the main focus of our project in the region we work. So this is just a view flying over the rainforest. You don't see any drought. You see this cloud cover in the morning because moisture rises every morning from the rainforest here. This is the most biodiverse country in all of Africa. It contains 68% of all the tropical forests in Africa, and this is where the Okapi lives. This is a canopy that's so close and tight, very little light hits the ground. And this is our one biological moment for Okapi. For 7 million years, they've lived in this forest, and everybody looks at their coloration. What does that coloration do? How can they have stripes and be this and that? And when you just watch this Okapi, walks 15 feet off the camera trap view, and he disappears into the underbrush. With a great sense of hearing and smell, they can hide. They can hide very well. You don't see these guys. He's eating right there. You can see the Okapi's eating, and it's just amazing that they can do that. Well, the Okapi is very shy, but it was drafted to be the hero of the forest. It is a national animal of the Congo. It is a symbol of the Institute in Congo for the Conservation of Nature, which is the department of the government that manages wildlife and wildlife protected areas. It's also on the banknotes, plus many companies take the Okapi's name because the Okapi, it brings goodness. People feel really good about Okapi, and saying Okapi to the people of Congo makes them cool. They like their national animal. The animal is not a threat, doesn't bother anybody, but he's beautiful and he's only found in their country. Where you have Okapi living in the forest, it becomes the umbrella, and if Okapi is there, the forest will be protected because people in the government feel very strongly about this animal surviving. And because of that, vast numbers of species, both described and undescribed, live under the protection of Okapi. This is where the biodiversity of the forest is protected by one animal that you can't see. And because of this protection, even little guys that have no manners and do whatever they want, they live in the forest, and they do really well because the trees are producing oxygen and absorbing carbon, and he got spooked, and he got to run to mama. So when we talk about the Okapi and what it's doing, it's really important to realize I've just talked about why we should preserve them. We preserve them for the air we breathe, for the biodiversity they protect, for the people people's reverence for the national animal. But how to do this in a very politically unstable country with lots of challenges is easier said than done. And for that, I'm going to turn it over to Berce, our Director of Conservation Programs in the Congo. And he lives there, he works there. He's going to tell us how we do protect the habitat of the Okapi. Berce?
Thank you, John. I'm very happy to be here at WCN in front of you. We do a lot in the ground, but here I will just show you a little of the world that we are doing in the ground. Okapi is, for us, a question of proud for us Congolese. And then we are protecting Okapi, truth, peace, and conflict. Apart from immigration, illegal mining site, we have a big threat that is armed poaching, armed groups walking around the reserve, making troubles. And this is a big challenge for us because it's difficult to travel and then doing our job. I hate these people. We are located in the northeast of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and then we are working with Congolese Institute of Nature Conservation since 1987. Then, before the creation of the reserve, we found local communities. We found indigenous people. And then when they created the reserve in 1992, we thought that it's better to give access to local community on natural resources. That's why we split the reserve in sustainable zone. We have in the red or orange color, whatever you want, those are agriculture zone where farmers are doing agriculture but sustainably. And then the green light, we have the hunting zone where indigenous people and local community are doing, they can hunt sustainably. And then in the middle, we have an integrated zone where all human activity are prohibited, apart from the research reason. This is to give access to local community, but according to the law. We have a guideline that we co-management those sustainable zones with 4 local communities. When we are protecting the Okapi, we are also protecting the lifestyle of indigenous people. Why? Because, let me tell you, the indigenous people and the Okapi, they have the same needs. They need forests, but also they need peace. Conservation assistance, one of the most critical programs that we have, shifting agriculture on banning practices by this human population is one of the major causes of deforestation. That's why we set up over 6 nurseries in around the reserve where we distribute trees for free to local community so they can plant and restore the forest, restore the habitat where we lost the forest. With our agronomes, great teams, we provide education, capacity building, we provide seeds, we provide tools to the farmers in the agriculture zone, trying to maintain them in the same land that we call fallows. This is for protecting the primary forest, because the primary forest is a specific habitat for the Okapi. But not only for the primary forest, but also trying to increase their production. With that production, they will be able to sell to the local market so they can increase their revenue, money. And with this money, they can take care of their families. We started seeing in the lifestyle of local community some changes, like some of them, they are able to buy land for their family, they can rebuild house for their family, but also paying school fees for the children. And then this is, for us, kind of success for this project, for this program. But we have also education program. All activity in this program is related to information, education. We organize seminar, environmental, public meeting, just to provide, to let them know why is it important to protect the Okapi? Why is it important to protect the forest? With educators, we produce also some material, like you are seeing the animal posters, the calendars, the T-shirt, just to give more information to local community who are living in and around the reserve. But we organize also and celebrate a specific day, like World Okapi Day is coming soon, October 18. We celebrate also World Indigenous People, World Elephant Day, and others. And during those events, we share information about Okapi, about Okapi protection, and then other big mammals. In our education program, we organize also radio broadcasts with 8 radio stations in around the reserve, because the reserve is big. It's almost 14,000 kilometers square. So we need to reach a big audience to through local community with key message about nature conservation, about Okapi protection, about Okapi Wildlife Reserve. Then, all of this, we are doing that in the poor road condition, apart from security issues. It takes me like 2 weeks traveling for 1,200 kilometers. It's like someone who is going from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Then, with agronomes, with educators, we have a great teams. They are part of communities. They are able to listen to the communities. Then we are building truth. We are building together trust. This is also kind of success for our program. Our hope and my personal goal, my personal target is to build peace for the people, to build peace for the Okapi. Then we are trying to make a connection, strong connection between the people, but also Okapi. And then through one of Camera Trap program, we were able to see one of the Okapi coming just beyond the house of one of collaborators, a farmer. And then we call him Nebongo. And then these farmers was able to give water, to give some leaves to this Okapi. That is a big success for us, because it's what we are trying to do. Now, John is coming to give you conclusion and remarks. Thank you.
So many of you have been here many years, and it took us a long time to get a Congolese to the U.S. But Berce worked very hard to get his visa. Spent a lot of time working hard to get a visa, so we have a 2-year visa now, so we can
Yes.
come next year. We're all set. So it's very important for you to see the caliber of people we have working in DRC. Berce leads a phenomenal team. This is our team in front of you, all Congolese driven. They not only do the work, they develop the programs. They develop our relationships with communities. They do the work. Our job is here just to curate their work to make sure it's making an impact for Okapi conservation. So it's very critical. Sorry, it's the wrong way. Another thing I want to thank all of you in WCN. It's because of you we're able to get the resources to do the programs that help the people to be engaged about Okapi, to value Okapi. And these children, smiling, are planting trees that one day will feed Okapi. And so this is very important linked, and like Berce said, the long-term relationship between the young people and this environment. It's a very old environment here. It's been here for a long time. We want Okapi and the forest and the people to be able to coexist.